Good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone's having a great trading day. Dow down a little bit, about 60 points. Nasdaq and S&P both up. Before we get into the show, again, I always want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys doing so. Okay, with that said, we're going to go right into the stock that we did highlight, and that is BLNK. BLNK. We highlighted it for the first time yesterday, and now we're going to do it again for the whole week. Okay, and maybe possibly take a position. So here we go. So if you looked at the stock, the value area chart that I always use, the 20-day value area chart, it looks completely different than this chart today. And that's because we generated about 10 million shares down here at this level. If you remember yesterday, the point of control was much, much higher. Now with the 10 million shares being traded down here, the point of control has moved lower. And that's because it's a dynamic chart. Okay, now what to do with BLNK. So BLNK looks really interesting to me now. Since we're right here at this point of control, we're right here, right by this 20-day intraday SMA right here. I think the risk reward setup is really, really good. So tomorrow, watch that first 30-minute candle. If we can take out this first spike, if we see a nice spike, an early spike in BLNK, take a position, especially if it takes out that first 30-minute candle. And you're asking, well, where is my out in BLNK? Well, in order to do so, you could say, well, do you want to use a 665 as that low? You don't have to go that low, and I'm going to show you why. So if you bring this back on the daily chart right here, there are two key levels to watch in BLNK. All right. Okay, first level in the sand, first line in the sand is this level right here. That's 757. What's that? That is the point of control for the yearly. Okay, so this is where the majority of traders prices right here. So you want to see a price above that. Okay, the second line in the sand, which tested it today, was at 50 SMA of 731. It went down to 738 and then bounced. So what you want to see tomorrow, again, is first a break of that intraday 20 SMA, and then a continuation higher after that first 30-minute candle with your out below this 750 and then the 50 SMA down here. Okay, so that's BLNK. Put it on your watch list, and it should be a good winner if this can get going. All right, so BLNK is on watch. Okay, so the next stock that we did mention yesterday that worked out really, really well, yes, if you took a position, was WKHS. Now, we said yesterday, watch the first 30-minute candle. If it takes it out on the high side, go long. And if you did so, and you would have got in at 722, right, you got paid all day. It finished right near the high of the day. It's above the value area high, and it looks really good going into tomorrow. So if you're long this stock, congratulations. I think this stock goes a lot higher. So the next stock that we highlighted yesterday, I took a position in, was PBYI. So I've taken a position, I've taken a few losses a few times in PBYI, and that's because this point of control, it's always right by this point of control and this value area high, right? So our trading method is to see a bust above this value area high, where there's not many shares being traded above this, where we can see large gains. So unfortunately, the market had different, different ideas today. It went down, made a low of 1027, and then just went lower the whole day. It did rebound a little bit in the late afternoon, but still, I am out of the stock. I will set an alert if eventually we might see a catalyst or something to push this through above that $10.98, $11 range, and then maybe we could start making money in this stock. Take a position again. So that's PBYI. We are out. So we're going to highlight real quickly, or not highlight, but rather we're going to go and see the stocks that we own. First one's AQST. AQST performed pretty well, up about 10 cents on about 500,000 shares traded. It's right up here by this point of control, up here about 812, 813, 815, and after hours trading right now. Watch this. Watch a bust above this. Right now, this is a little bit of resistance, but I think as soon as we get above this, that now becomes support. So again, I believe this is a buy on the dip type of stock. So if you haven't gone in, watch that first 30-minute candle and then make your decision accordingly. Okay, so that's AQST. We are in at from 645. Next stock that we got into, FLGT. We got in last week. We got lucky. We had this great upgrade went up to like 53 bucks, and then since then it's sold off. But you know what? We're still above this point of control right down here at 42. We did get in at 45.23, so we are still, in a profit, in a profit. So that's good. So watch that first 30-minute candle tomorrow, guys. You know, if this first 30-minute candle doesn't hold tomorrow, I really think we're going to go retest this point of control. So that's how I'm going to play it. I'm either going to watch below today's low of what was today's low? 45. No, sorry, yeah, $45, right? So if it gets below 45 bucks, I'll be underwater again. But then if it goes below that, I really think this point of control down here at 42 bucks will be in play. So maybe I'll take a position at a lower price, reducing my cost average. Okay, so that's FLGT, long since 45.23. The next stock that we did sell today was CVM. CVM. All right. So CVM was breaking above that value area high and point of control a few days ago. It spiked obviously to this 1380 mark, and then since then it's sold off. It did hold this point of control, but I did get out after that first 30-minute candle from this morning. I was actually hoping since it gapped up that we're going to do a little gap and go, but you know what? It didn't work out that way. It did sell off, so I did get out down here at the 1295 mark, but it's still above this point of control. I'm sorry, this value area high. So it does still look pretty good. It does still look bullish. Anytime you're above this value area high, it does to me, indicate a higher move. So watch that first 30-minute candle. If you're not in it and you're interested, those are some key levels to watch. If it goes below this value area high again, target this point of control as your as some support down there. Okay, so I'm going to give you two stocks that look pretty interesting going into tomorrow, and the first one is going to be OVID. I know we owned it yesterday. Some news came out after hours. I'm sorry, pre-market today, and it spiked up to 1045 in the pre-market. I was kicking myself, but you know what? Look at the stock. It just sold off the whole day, right? It did still gap up, but sellers were in there just pushing this lower. Either they didn't like the news or they didn't care about the news. But what now? Okay, so I have an alert set at 643. That's where the point of control is. I believe if we can get above this point of control, the stock can have some legs and move higher. But on the inverse side, if it does get below this 614, right, I could see the stock making lower lows. So be real careful on this one. This one is a quick risk-reward ratio. I mean, this reminds me of so many ones I've played in the past when you knew your outs. Workhorse, for example, and some other names that that escape me right now. But so Candy was another one I think that I played this way. So be careful. Your risk reward is really tight here, but you have to be diligent and you have to know your out, and your out would have to be right below this value area low. All right, guys, that's OVID. And lastly, the other one that looks really good here is CVET. CVET. All right, so CVET just made a 52-week high not too long ago, and it looks like it wants to break that. And I love stocks that make 52-week highs because they tend to make more 52-week highs. Here's your value area high, your point of control. Your point of control and value area high are so tight that a little push right here will send this back above that $26 range. So that'd be a nice quick 2-point profit. So I'm watching this tomorrow. I'm hoping to catch it on a pullback early in the afternoon. Early morning, and hopefully it runs into the rest of the day and early afternoon. All right, guys. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining me. My name is Eric, and you can contact me at eric@valueareatrader.com. That's eric@valueareatrader.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And if you do like the show, I would love for you to subscribe to it. Okay, guys, have a great evening. Trade smart and be safe.